Isn't it so fun that we live on a planet where we get to start over every year? There's no game over. Even when you cross over, guess what happens? You get to go back. And we get to do it again and again. When people tell you you have all eternity to master this Christic consciousness, they may be onto something there. So we're approaching a fabulous new year. And so I am going to be Cindy for a few minutes. I need little cue cards up here. All right. I'm really excited about this year because this year is a 1 year. It is shifting and changing where we have been for a while. We've been in this, you know when you make a decision that you know is going to tie you up for a while, and then you just have to move through it the best you can and learn what you set about to learn? We've been doing that. We've all, as a culture, been doing that. The world's been doing that. And this year marks a time when we can actually shift and start doing things differently and new. So, I'm going to talk about numerology for half a second, and I do not stand before you as an expert. Not an expert. I studied it as a child, and I use it in my own personal world. That's all I know about it. Okay? Yay! So, we're in cycles. It goes in cycles of 9 years. The 1 year is a year of new beginnings. This is when you can literally plant seeds. And then you'll grow those seeds and harvest those seeds throughout the set 2, 3, 4, 5. Year 8 becomes a harvest year, and year 9 is a year of completion. So we've just finished our completion year. Today is the first day of our new planting seeds year. Yay! Now, Spirit gave me an analogy for you to think about. Ready? You go to your favorite restaurant. You love that restaurant. They have the best food in the world. So you're going to the restaurant and the walls are this vibrant yellow and it's just so fabulous and you feel so happy. And then the next day you go, the walls are pink. And you think the walls are pink. What's happening here? The pink walls. I don't know if I like this place anymore. But the food is still good and it still serves you well. And that lasts for about a year. Then you go in and the walls are green. What the heck? I'm just getting used to the pink walls. Now they're green again. And this keeps going and going until one day the walls are yellow again. And you're so happy that they're yellow again because you love the yellow walls. That's what numerology is. The years that we pass through are a color. It doesn't change our restaurant. And we're so glad that we kept coming to the restaurant, even when it was orange. It was so hard for us to walk in the door. But the food was still good, you know. The world's color shifts around us. And we do go into relationship with that. But if we stay the course and still enjoy our life, because our life is the restaurant, it's still good. But we are learning as we relate to the different colors. Now, say I got that. Okay, good. All right. So, I see the technical color of 1 is not yellow, but to me it's yellow, so I'm going to call it yellow today. I see this beautiful year as a year where we can truly begin to see things new. In 1999 was a year 1. We spent the entire Sunday services for 1 year planting seeds. I had someone, I don't know if you all know Yvonne Walker. She comes periodically because she lives far away now. But she came in a couple of months ago and said, Cindy, remember 1999? Remember all those seeds I planted? I was like, of course I do. You know, everybody was so diligent about trying to put into their world new things. And it worked in our consciousness. It may have taken several years for them to flourish, but it began to work. And then in 2008 was a year 1 as well. At that point we were busy doing a bunch of stuff, so we just kind of glided through it. But this year is an important year. And I'm not going to have us plant seeds every Sunday. Okay? You can plant your own seeds. But what we're going to do is try to fertilize the soil. Try to give you ideas and remind you of things that will help you have more lush, beautiful soil to put that seed in that you want to plant. Sound good? Okay. Now, Cindy also was raised with astrology. You may not understand this, but I'm going to speak it anyway. In 2011, Uranus went into Aries, and it has been a long and hard journey since then. It came into square with Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto in Capricorn represents the authority. Uranus in Aries represents the rebel, and they're in battling one another. You can check back, 2011 is where the world went to war. And it's been one country after another going in chaos. It's the rebel fighting the authority fighting the rebel. Nobody has an answer. We have walked through that for since 2011, 5 years. 5 years we've been in the thick of it, in our own selves. In ourselves we're fighting, my authority within me taught me this, but I don't want to do that, but I don't know what to do. I'm just going to sit and fight with myself. And there's no answers. But here's the thing, guys. We have one more year, and then May of 2018, it's done. We have one more year, so we can actually see the light ahead, and now we're moving toward that light. And the hard, arduous energy where we did not know what we were doing is behind us. So it doesn't mean we're out of the journey yet, but we can see the light, and now when we hit 2018, we will settle into a harmonious blend of a new foundation. Do you hear what I'm saying? So as I stand before you as Cindy, I am so very excited for 2017. I will try not to speak of this again, and I will try to curtail my excitement, but it's amazing the shift in energy that we're standing in right now. It is just absolutely amazing. The harsh times are ebbing. The new beginning is here. And the seeds we plant now will be growing next year and the next year and the next year. So we are really on the edge of creating that new foundation. Say, I'm so glad I'm here. Okay, now we're going to talk about us. Okay, now it's not Cindy anymore, it's Spirit. Ready? Spirit through Cindy. So, I was talking with God about what we should do to actually begin to kick off our new year. And this is the idea that they gave me. Most of us, when we're creating, we do it this way. We say, if this happens, then I shall do that. If I get that, then I will do this. If, then, that. And they said, as long as you're doing if, then, that, really? Are you really creating? Why not just go with that? Why not just say, I want that? That's what I want right there. You know, I log on my computer to get my emails, and my computer loves to tell me things. So, you know, when you're logging on, it goes, oh, listen, this is happening. I'm going, okay, I just want my emails. But they told me something yesterday. They told me there's a new amusement park being opened in 2017. It's the Avatar amusement park. Where there'll be Avatar rides. And it'll be amazing. And you know what I said? I want that. And I'm telling you, I want that. I'm going to go there. I don't know when. There's no if this, then that. It's that. It may not open on time. Maybe 2018 before I get there. I don't care. But that. Do you see? Not if. That. You know, my schedule, we're going to Malta in the fall. My schedule may not allow me to go this year, but I'm going. That. Do you see the difference? Instead of like, oh, that'd be cool. Let me think about that. That'd be cool. No. Big difference. So, Spirit said this. When we are not sure what we're looking for, have you ever met somebody that you go shopping with and you go, hey, what are you looking for? I don't know. I don't know. They are investing their energy in the finding. Did I resonate with anybody? But they want to be invested in finding, in the search, not in the that they want. Do you see the difference? And if you want that, that doesn't mean you have to go right like a to it. You can enjoy the shopping, but you know what you want. And you're going there. Do you feel the difference? Spirit said this, every seed needs to know what it is. Tomatoes have everything within the tomato to become the tomato. The seeds of your desires need to know what they are in order to become your desires. And it can't be amoeba around the edges. It can't be, well, maybe, it has to be that. That, I want that. And it could be an experience, it could be anything. But it has to be clear. See, I'm getting it.
I'm getting it.
All right. So, if this, then that, my seed is not defined. So, we need to learn to define our seeds. So, I know what you're thinking. Sounds like a pep rally, Cindy, instead of a church service. Is that what you were thinking? Okay. Go pep rally! So, biblically, the Old Testament says, "Know ye not ye are gods." That is a little quoted verse in the Old Testament. Biblically, Jesus said in the New Testament to all of his peers, "Do you not remember it says, 'Know ye not ye are gods'?" And everybody went, "Be quiet. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about how we're going to blame you for stuff." Okay? But the whole idea that you are creators, you are here to create. You're creators. I shared with you guys the scripture in the Aquarian. I'm going to read it to you again. Just not too long ago. It says, and tell me if you remember this, "Man will not be judged by what they've said or done, but by the ways in which they use the thoughts of God and how the ethers of eternal love were made to serve. How they molded the ethers of God's love to serve them." What are your creations? What are you creating in the world? Do you ever look at that and say, maybe I could do differently? Maybe I could do something better? Maybe I could be happier? Do you ever look at your creations in the world? Or do you wake up and say, "No, I'm a good person, I was nice to that person, so I'm good"? We need to move out of morality and into a spiritual reality. You realize morals are taught to you by social constructs. What is morally acceptable in our society today was not 1,000 years ago acceptable at all. And what was acceptable to them is not acceptable to us. Morals change based on the consciousness of the people. The Spirit does not. So to judge yourself or someone else by moral standards is to ignore your creations. So this is the year of creating. Yay. So can you let your moral standards go? Just let them sweep away? Because it truly, if you're a metaphysical Christian and you love God, are you going to morally act any other way than good? No, we're beyond that. You rise beyond that. You don't need anybody's approval. You're going to act from the goodness of your heart. Okay, that got uncomfortable. It did. The whole energy went, what? Okay.
The front row did pretty good though.
Front row did okay.
Second row was hanging tight too.
Okay, we'll be judged by how we create, what we create and what we're doing. Now, I want to talk to those of you that are humble. Do we have humble people out here? Oh, we have one in the back. Sometimes humility is hard to see. But within a lot of us, we have that humble gene. And that humble gene says to us, you cannot ask for what you want, or as it's starting to come to you, I really don't think I deserve it. I really don't think I can have it. I'm really messed up inside. You know, this doesn't come out when you're chitty-chatting out here with coffee. It comes out when you're counseling with me. And it's like, well, your manifestation's coming through. It's actually happening. What you wanted is happening. And you say to me, well, I don't know if I deserve it. But you created it. It must be yours. It must be in consciousness. It's here for you. I'll probably mess it up. It's the better man consciousness within each one of us. There's a better man that should be doing it. Well, you know, the better man did not raise his hand when God said, who will do this for me? You did. You said, I'll do it because I need to do it. I need to learn something from this. I need to do this. Do you remember when Mary anointed Jesus' feet with oil when she bathed his feet right before he was executed? And remember, who was it? Judas?
Judas.
Said, what? You are wasting money. We could have given that to the poor. Now, do you think that really was what Judas was thinking? We could have given it to the poor? Maybe not. Maybe half of it to the
Could
poor.
have sold it for more silver.
More silver. But when he said we could have given it to the poor, what did Jesus say? You will have the poor always with you. You will not. You will not have me with you. And think about the consciousness of being poor. Being poor is, I cannot own and I do not have. I have lack consciousness. That's what creates poverty, is lack consciousness. You can have lack consciousness and still have material things, but let's just talk about the poor. What does the Bible tell us about the poor? We need to help. We need to reach out. We need to feed. We need to give. We need to love. Now, how are you going to give and feed and love if you're poor? Humble people out there. How are you going to help if you're denying your own greatness? How will you have any more than the poor if you deny who you are? I'm really trying to shake the core consciousness of each one of you, because the seeds you're going to plant this year are going to be big. And as you're starting to see them happen, you're going to start kicking them down. Remember my story about growing little carrots, and I just wanted to see how big they were, and I just kept pulling them up, and they ain't real very big. How big is that carrot? That's what you're going to do to your dreams, but not in joy. You're going to do that to your dreams. Because I'm not supposed to be the one doing this. Do I make sense?
Yes,
Thank you. All right. We have to move into have consciousness. And if we have, we'll have more. And if we have and we give, we'll have more. And you know the scripture, the man, if someone asks of you your shirt, or your coat, give him your coat and give him your shirt also. Give him what you got. You know why you can do that? Because you own the consciousness to have a coat. He does not. And you will have a coat that fast. Because I own coats. I can give you my coat, I'll have another coat. Somebody will give me a coat. I want black. If you don't have the consciousness of owning that coat and keeping the coat that I give to you, you will lose it that fast. It's consciousness. And when we look at the world around us and we say the world is hurting and the world is struggling, who am I not to? And you guys literally say to me, well, I need to suck it up because I'm not hurting as bad as my neighbor. I should be grateful for the suffering I'm doing and the struggle that I'm in. Right now, I should be grateful because my buddy next door has it worse. Really? Grateful for struggling? Why? Why? You're God's. You create the ethers of God love. The more love that flows to you, it flows through you, it lifts the whole. Anyone who's struggling can have a little energy boost. Everybody can see there's an easier way. We can truly transform our world and eventually the planet if we all live that way. You hear? All right. If this, then that, if this, then that. What if we do our whole world just go that, and that, and that, and that? Would that be good? I want that, and I want that. I wanted to share with you in Life and Teachings, I'm in my book 1. This is such a fabulous book. If you don't read the series, this is a great one to read. Every seed placed in soul becomes a conception and is given thought form in mind, later to be experienced in the physical form. Ideas of perfection produce perfection. The reverse is equally true. The sun and earth produce with equal willingness the mighty tree or the frailest flower when their respective seeds are planted. So spirit and soul respond to man, and that which he desires, or that for which he has asked, believing he receives. The universe is there to support you, whatever you want. Whatever you want to experience. See, I know that. Man, having free will, has chosen the hard way. And instead of realizing his sonship with God and using all that God has, he will go on in the hard way until he is driven to realize that there must be and really is a better way. Anybody been driven to realize that this is not working and there has got to be something different? Okay? He will eventually know that God's way is the only way, and then he will express the perfection that God sees in him expressing right now. So no matter what you are doing, God sees you as perfect. Wasn't that a perfect little confused mess you made? That was excellent. Great job. You did exactly what you said about doing, and it's wonderful. Yay. But is it yay for you? Maybe you created it and you're caught in the middle of it and it's not yay for you. But God doesn't care. Good job, my child. Creator God. All right. We will be prepping the soil this year. We'll be putting in better ideas, perhaps making them more real. We say stuff all the time, but is it real to us? You know, we're going to work on divine order. Do you understand divine order? You say it all the time. Is it real to you? Divine order? Don't you hate it when divine order isn't your will? I wanted this now. Divine order. Not liking that right now. Divine order. We're going to learn about a lot of things in very, very simple ways so they can become real to us. So, the teachings will help you stay the course and help you grow the seed, but who's going to plant the seed? And who's going to determine how it's defined? Do you know, I can tell you guys every day, I want you to go be prosperous. And you'll walk out of here and go, yeah, yeah, yeah. And you'll plant whatever seed you want. No one can tell you what to plant because you are the creator of the seed. So this year, everybody take a breath. Do you feel like a creator God?
Yes.
Do you recognize you're fabulous?
Yes.
Are you going to do the God path or the hardship?
God.
Probably.
That was the probably. Did I get a hardship back there? Got two hardships. Well, perhaps we'll be growing and learning to let that go. You do not need to be humble. You need to receive. You do not need to lessen yourself. You need to be the greatest self you can be. And if you are that, you contribute to everybody. You don't need to hold back. You need to be you. And it doesn't matter who you are. Just be you. You can be loud. You can be quiet. You can be you. It doesn't matter. It matters that you are happy. And you are happy with what you are creating. Okay? So I want you to take with you today, this, if this, then that. No. No. That. That. I may be uncertain about what I want right now about that area, but that now. That and that. Not if this, then that. If Patrick can get on board with me, then I can have that. No, Patrick.
What?
No. So, is everybody ready?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's do our first little planting. We're just going to plant one seed. Ready? So let's just breathe. See a beautiful light come over you and feel that beautiful love of God. And feel how important it is to be you. You do not hurt. You do not harm. Feel your energy. Not everyone will understand you, but you are good. You are you. In this consciousness, give yourself permission to be you. I accept who I am. And now breathe and feel that beautiful love of Jesus Christ coming forward. And I want you to let him take you by the hand. And allow yourself to be transported deep within your heart to a very special space in the garden of your heart. And be aware of the journey there. Let your senses open. You may see things along the path. You may feel things. But I want you to move into a special space. Hold his hand. And begin to feel all around you a beautiful moving energy of 2017. The energy of unlimited possibilities. Right here in your heart. The energy is what you can create, not what the world tells you. It is yours. Feel the moving sea of God's substance in you. Unformed. And put your hand in your mind's eye on your heart center, and as you pull your hand away, you will see a seed in your hand. And you will know what the seed represents. What desire do you wish to manifest this year? Get clear on it for a moment. Feel your relationship with the seed. It is mine. I define it. It is of me. And now, toss it into the moving light you see. Send it into the moving energy of God's substance in you. And as you see it being enveloped by that beautiful light, that is what I want. And feel it just engulfed and disappearing from your view. Know that it has been planted. Feel the love of Jesus Christ. Look in his eyes. I choose to be ready to receive fully. And I'm excited. Take a breath. Fill this space in your heart with great love. And just gently, you and Jesus Christ come back down the path. Back until your awareness comes to this room, the chair that you sit in. But notice the energy field one more time before you open your eyes. And feel how comfortable you are in your own energy. And just say, I like myself. Can you say it out loud?
I like myself.
And let your focus now come back to this space. God, I ask you to bless each one as we go forward in a new realm, creating a new foundation. Lift us into greater joy and peace. And I thank you. Take a breath. And when you're ready, open your eyes. How do you feel? It is here. Those of you that have been around a while, you will remember when the astrological aspect first hit. And I said, we do not know what's going to happen, but hang on. It happened. Now, I say, ooh, we don't know what's going to happen. Hang on. It's going to happen. So take the joy and expectancy with you this week and watch yourself when you're not sending your seed out in full definition. Pay attention. Say